lie they force-fed us from the cradle. Heroic tales of brave explorers and noble founders. Grand adventures carved into our minds like scars we were taught to worship. Expeditions that never happened. Kings that held no throne. Victories they scream about in every classroom, completely made up to hide their barbaric crimes against humanity. And when you finally rip the blindfold off and tear the Stockholm Syndrome out of your veins, it'll illuminate your soul. The captors don't even bother hiding it anymore. They'll tell you anything they want, as long as you're sticking to the chemical schedule that's pulling the wool over your eyes. And you feel it, don't you? Deep down. That gnawing wrongness in your spirit. Look at the cornerstones of these colossal buildings still towering over us. Monuments that weren't built by the story they sold us. They were found, discovered standing tall long after a savage mixture of cataclysm and invasion wiped the old world away. Raised in forbidden epochs, they viciously scrubbed from every history book, engineered with a terrifying precision and godlike scale that exposes our so-called modern achievements as clumsy, stumbling imitations. The dates carved in stone don't match their fairy tale. The rock itself screams the truth the textbooks tried to murder. And the devil isn't hiding in the details. He's laughing in plain sight, impersonating our entire culture, stealing our story, and wearing it like a grotesque mask. They told us we come from nothing. Huts, teepees, savage and empty to the core. And every time I hear that shit, it makes me laugh. Because these pathological liars will flip their own mother inside out, steal her soul, and repurpose her bones if it keeps their empires of lies standing. They loot and rape everything sacred. They twist the living genius into dead myths. They gut cathedrals and turn them into prisons for the human spirit. And then they stare at us with those empty, heartless eyes and expect us to love our own enslavement. And some really do. But this is far from the truth of where we actually came from. Our ancestors lived in a depth most people today can barely imagine. Their days carried real meaning. Their way of life had purpose that reaches way beyond what our modern minds can grasp. Everything they did flowed in harmony with something greater, with the divine itself. It wasn't forced or complicated. It was truly natural. And none of this needs to be about race or pointing fingers at any one group. Everybody played a part. Everybody carries some guilt in how we all got here. And at the end of the day, in this holographic matrix we've all been pulled into, it's not about skin or borders anymore. It's simpler and deeper. It's spirit against those who have none. Those anchored in something eternal versus those who move through the world completely hollow. So if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then here, I tried to map it out visually so the heart can see it more clearly. Think about the sheer evil it would take to destroy an entire world and then sit back and watch it burn. These beings were never like us. They were empty of the Creator's love, untouched by that divine spark, cold